What's up, everybody? It's your boy, BX Production, aka the producer of the Pregame show, and I'm here with my best friend.
The best friend, Monet.
Alright, best friend. Today we got a special treat for y'all. Monet, let them know what we watching.
Top 10 richest black billionaires in the world.
Today you're gonna catch our reaction and see how we react to the video. So anything y'all like, just leave in the comments below. Hey.
Sips water.
No.
Hello. We have to both be in frame.
Today we're looking at the top 10 richest black billionaires in the world.
Let's see.
Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
So, we're trying to get inspired, right?
Let's see.
Hey there, Aluxers. Welcome back to our channel for another video where we highlight some of the richest people in the world. Today we have a special subject going on, sensitive to some but of great importance, since we're digging into black culture today and the richest black people that are in the world. Many famous billionaires are white, but as the years go by, more and more black people rise up and take over industries such as music, media, real estate, or oil. Since they were oppressed and enslaved for so many years by white Americans and Europeans, only a few of them have managed to break the cycle.
Wait, huh?
So, according to them, we are rising up and taking over the music, entertainment industries, and oil.
And
that's all we have. Real estate. That was the other one.
That's the other one. Like, wait, what? Why you had to say it like that? Like, why couldn't just leave it like, okay, we taking over?
Taking over, period.
Like, leave it there. Not add, since they've been oppressed by the European Americans. Like, what? What's good with y'all?
So far, and to prove to everyone they're not inferior,
and they got the smiling black guys.
Skin color.
Like, you smile while having his
taking a lot
headphones.
longer than it should.
And you know, you got the culture post related black guys, the token.
Of life
the only one. Like, there's no.
Some black people are now well.
And the guy uses a Black Panther.
Teachers, doctors, lawyers, artists, even presidents. They bring great value and put up hard work to prove themselves. And even though it's not fair for them, it is what it is, and we can make the best of what we've got.
So, let's just rewind it real quick.
Can we pause it? No. Wait. Take it back for a minute. Like, what? Oh, we back in
Forgotten racism. Some black people are now wealthy, respectable businessmen, teachers, doctors, lawyers, artists, even presidents. They bring great value and put up hard work to prove themselves. And even though it's not fair for them,
because we're trying to prove ourselves to the world. That makes no sense. Like, I'm not trying to prove. I'm trying to get to be a billionaire. Just like the white man. I'm not trying to prove that I can do it. I just want money just like everybody else.
That's a fact. Like, we live in a capitalistic world.
I can't get money like everybody else.
Yo.
My skin color gotta determine if I can get money or not.
I don't know what to say. Like,
but like you said, there's a rich teacher. Cause
where?
Where? I checked.
Where's the rich teacher?
They all struggling still.
I'm like, yo, where's the rich teacher at?
Let me find out.
It is what it is, and we can make the best of what we've got and make it better. From inspirational men like Martin Luther King, Barack Obama,
wait. How are they gonna have Usain Bolt and talk about Martin Luther King?
Yo, wait.
Couldn't we at least have his picture?
Like, wait, Martin Luther King was not even a billionaire. Like, where you even go? Like, yo, where y'all going with this?
I'm just saying, why you got Hussein's picture up and talking about Martin Luther King? That don't make no sense. How you gonna have a nigga like this
and then talk about I have a dream? Like what? I don't know. Wait, but I'm really trying to figure this out right now. Like, wait, Martin Luther King was not a billionaire. Usain Bolt is not a billionaire.
Right, let's see what they're trying to say about them.
I don't know who wrote this.
We learned that we are all the same.
Ed Murphy is right now going through IRS.
Preventing us from seeing true potential and true talent. Today we're focusing on the richest and most extravagant black people
I think I know where they was going with it, but I don't know. Like, they was trying it so hard to.
They trying to pull
everything. Like
they're like, we gonna talk about every black person that ever came through.
I think they just Googled
and got in a book.
I think they just Googled any black man wearing suits and tie.
Well, how Hussein Bolt get there? He just
they just said no. They said famous black man too.
They were like, who got in a book? Who got on TV? All right, let's put them in this intro.
They probably Googled top 10 black men
in the world.
You so dope because it came
out.
Both
the U.S. and Africa, people that are now billionaires and run major companies. Let's go.
Let's go.
If you're new here, welcome.
Racism.
Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Number 10, Mohammed Ibrahim.
Okay.
Net worth $1.2 billion.
Okay.
Coming in at number 10, we find Mohammed Ibrahim, a Sudanese-British businessman who now lives in the lavish and luxurious Monaco, alongside rich people like art dealer David Nahmed or Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton.
Wait, hold on.
Mohammed Ibrahim is the co-founder of Celtel, one of the biggest telecommunications companies in Africa.
So you compare Mohammed Ibrahim to a race car driver. You compare him to a former race car driver for his net worth. He does real estate and telecommunication, right? And they compared him to a race car driver who just raced cars in a circle.
I still am amazed that race car driving is a sport.
Let
alone that they even comparing it and that people get paid thousands and millions of dollars to drive a car.
I mean, they got slap logos on that. When you slap the logos and race in the circle, so many people say, "Oh shit, Pepsi! I should buy a Pepsi."
Like, they put race car driving on TV.
Circle! Oh my God, you're
They're
driving
going in
a circle
500 times. Like, I don't even watch it.
How?
People just watch it at the end to be like, "Oh my God, who won? He got in a car crash." That's it.
Wait, how you outrace another car if you all doing the same distance?
Beats me. Come on.
The racism just keep coming. We might not even make it to 5.
Probably not.
This could be edited.
Hey, I pressed that button. Didn't want to listen to it.
You can't connect this to your phone?
Just when everything is going swell.
That operates in 14 countries. Okay. In 2005, he sold the company to Zain for $3.4 billion and began working with the UN, helping to spread the full benefits of broadband services to unconnected people throughout the world, and especially in Africa. Now, at 72 years old, he's a philanthropist and a dedicated activist with a fortune of $1.2 billion, making him one of the richest men in Africa. Number 9. Fularancho Alakicha.
Try saying that in school. I know y'all gonna fuck that up.
The first black female billionaire is Fularancho Alakicha, a Nigerian female businesswoman. She's the first lady on our list. And given the fact she made it all by herself in a country where most women are oppressed or housewives, she has our eternal respect. Her fortune comes from fat oil, fashion, and printing. And she's been listed...
Hello, why don't you pause?
Hold on.
Anyway, shine a light on it. Is, what, Nigeria?
Alright, action. So, we are 9 now. That's Ibrahim.
Making him one of the richest men in Africa.
Okay.
Number 9. Fularancho Alakicha. Net worth $1.5 billion. The first black female billionaire is Fularancho Alakicha, a Nigerian female businesswoman. She's the first lady on our list. And given the fact she made it all by herself in a country where most women are oppressed or housewives, she has our eternal respect. Her...
No.
So shine a light.
No.
Are your Nigerian women oppressed?
I don't know. Like, what? There's no such thing as oppressing a woman. Like, are y'all dumb or y'all dumb? Like, woman, yo, if
like,
it
do they have, like, regular jobs, like doctors and nurses, or they're like house?
Women play a vital role in Nigeria. If you want to be a housewife, you're a housewife. If you want to be a maid, you want to be a maid. That's you. If you want to do more, you do more. A lot of women are doing a lot more. They dominate the healthcare field. They dominate a lot of anything they get their hands on. They dominate. They come in droids. So I don't know about that. Like whoever wrote this, it's on some next shit.
And this was posted a week ago.
That's a week ago. Like what?
Well,
then.
Fortune comes from Fanfa Oil, fashion and printing, and she's been listed as one of the richest females in the world and in Africa. Although her life story is not dramatic or worthy of an Oscar movie, her business and financial achievements are quite impressive.
Wait, pause. Because they want a black person to have a blind-side story. You know how...
They always want them to have, like, that sob story.
Oh, my God.
They never want it to be like, hey, I went to school and got an education, and I had a good laugh.
Like, I applied my mind to do something more. Like, my life wasn't heart-wrench. Like, oh, I got...
Didn't have an Annie lifestyle.
You know, like...
Being an orphan and shit. Like,
I don't know why they think all black people need that lifestyle. Like, yo, I'm perfectly fine. My parents worked 2 jobs.
I had 2 parents. They worked, and I went to school, and I got where I was today.
Because they believe in one.
Because I did things for myself.
I don't know. They like. I don't know. I think white people like hearing about black
They
people.
Like hearing sob stories for everything.
I don't know.
Like nothing can be like a normal, like I applied myself story. Everything has to be like, oh my God, I walked in the snow, rain, and a tornado barefoot.
I had to wear the same boxes for 1 month just so I could get another pair of boxes.
Like, nobody got time.
I had to starve. Like, no one's starving. Yo, we in the U.S. No one's starving like that. If you starving like that, if you starving like that, that means something's wrong with your family home. That's it.
That's a personal problem.
That's a personal problem.
You need to get your life together.
That's a fact. It's too many options out here. It's too many resources. And in Nigeria, I'm telling you right now, keep it funky. Just because she didn't have this typical struggle doesn't mean she didn't have a struggle. It's
like she didn't mean she didn't have a struggle. It just wasn't a typical hard knock life struggle. The Africans with the babies in the fucking wild in the dirt and shit. Like it wasn't that. I'm just saying. Like, you know how they be. Like you know how they do. Yo, put them in the hole. In the eyes of an angel. Like come on.
And you telling me a penny a day could save a child? Fuck you mean?
Like, what are you eating?
What you mean?
That penny?
That penny does not go nowhere. Like, what? Nigga, give me more.
He founded her first company, Supreme Stitches, and ended up dressing the most influential people in the country, like Mariam Babangida, Nigeria's former military president Ibrahim Babangida's wife. From then on, she asked for
we're not going to touch that. That's a Nigerian top
and things escalated quickly, and she's not planning on stopping anytime soon.
Auntie, I know you're not going to stop.
At 66 years old, she's happily married with children, currently living in Lagos, Nigeria, with her family and business empire
Correction.
of $1.5 billion that she's worked so hard to make.
So hard.
Number 8, Michael Jordan, net worth $1.7 billion. Besides basketball fans and Americans, all people on this planet probably know a few things about the greatest basketball player, Michael Jordan. He paved the path for so many young kids aspiring to be just like him. And now, even though he's retired, his fame and records are still remembered. Playing basketball and getting important sponsorship deals like the one he has with Nike brought him roughly $1.7 billion, as Forbes has estimated. Even today, he still makes more money than any other active player in the whole NBA, and still has sponsorship deals with companies like Gatorade or Hanes. His Nike contract for the signature Air Jordan shoes brings him $100 million every year, and he also owns 90% of the shares of the Charlotte Hornets team, which is valued at more than $1 billion. Number 7, Patrice Motsepe, net worth $2 billion. Heading back to Africa, we move on to Patrice Motsepe, a mining billionaire from South Africa, who's the founder of African Rainbow Minerals, the company that mines for gold, ferrous metals, base metals, and platinum. He's also on the board of Harmony Gold, the 12th largest gold company in the world that secured a license to sell a replica of the precious One Ring that's featured in The Lord of the Rings. Since he's involved in the gold and expensive metals,
they could have picked us. Why did you pick the most greasy
pick? Of $2 billion pretty fast.
Bro,
and he's also the first black person to sign the Giving Pledge, alongside billionaires like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Nowadays, he's a respected businessman and is often invited as a speaker to conferences and business events to talk about his career, business, and give advice to young entrepreneurs. His insights on how to make billions must be made of gold, because he sure spends a lot of time traveling and coaching. Number 6. Strive Maziwa. Net worth $2.1 billion. Strive Maziwa made this list because his life was a constant struggle, and he's a billionaire worth mentioning. He's also the first billionaire in his country. He's from Zimbabwe and owns the biggest telecommunications company in the country, Econet Group, that also has investments in financial services, insurance, e-commerce, renewable energy, education, Coca-Cola bottling, hospitality, and payment gateway solutions. With so much expertise and so many investments, it's no wonder that he's now a billionaire with a net worth of $2.1 billion, making him the first Zimbabwe billionaire. At 57 years old, he lives in London with his family, from where he operates everything. Together with his wife, he founded a charity organization through which they strive to help children suffering from Ebola and HIV. He's generally the most philanthropic and giving man that ever came from Africa, because he's constantly helping small farmers or partnering with NGOs to help other people. And that's why he deservingly gets this place on our list. Number 5. Isabel dos Santos. Net worth $2.4 billion. The second woman we have on this top list is Isabel dos Santos from Angola. She is the oldest daughter of Angola's longtime former president, José Eduardo dos Santos. And with a fortune of $2.4 billion, she's one of the richest females in the world. Even though she's not a self-made billionaire, with her net worth, she's one of the richest black people in the world by all means. Her father, José Eduardo dos Santos, played a major role in her life, helping her to get certain executive positions that were able to secure her financial future. It was not a safe move to make his daughter the head of the biggest national oil company, but it sure did pay off for her. With the money she earned, Isabel bought shares in a Portugal cement company and around 5% in Spain's Telefonica. Nowadays, she's the richest person in Angola, and people often call her the princess due to her history of being daddy's little girl and a luxury lover. Number 4.
Oprah
Winfrey. Net worth $3 billion. Moving on with the girl power, we end up at Oprah Winfrey's store.
Yes.
This media mogul is one of the most famous people in Hollywood and the world, with an incredible life story. She started out from nothing and built her billion-dollar media empire that's now estimated to be worth around $3 billion. Oprah has her own network for TV shows, books she's written, investments, and reputation to help her get through everything. Her fans are loyal and they trust her. People are inspired by her. They look up to her, and for so many reasons, she's been a ray of hope and the perfect PR ambassador, as she was for Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She's also a native philanthropist and one of the most powerful women in the U.S. At this point, nothing can stop Oprah on running for office in the future, as some people speculate she may do. She basically can sell anything. She is vetted, she's rich and an active citizen. Pretty much the perfect candidate after Donald Trump. And since we're talking about this great woman, we thought you'd like to learn some more about her and her life struggles that led her to where she is today. Click in the top right corner to watch our video all about Oprah.
Trump is regretting this decision.
Robert Smith. Net worth $4.4 billion. Third on our list is Robert Smith, a businessman and a wealthy investor. Not a very unique name, but a very rich and smart man. He's a former Goldman Sachs banker and the founder and CEO of Vista Equity Partners, a company that has over $30 billion in assets. According to Forbes, his net worth is about $4.4 billion, and they even included him on their 100 greatest living business minds list. Considering the amount of money he's made so far, he's only 55 years old.
It's like,
he
you
began
gonna be
dedicating a big part of his life to charity work.
Exactly.
He's also a part of the Giving Pledge and has been awarded multiple times for his philanthropic acts towards education. One of his biggest donations so far is the $50 million he donated to Cornell University, where he graduated from. His personal life is quite interesting as well. He's married to a former Playboy playmate with whom he has 5 children, and they all live in a $20 million mansion in Malibu. Looks like the American dream still exists for some people. Number 2. Mike Adenuga. Net worth $4.5 billion.
Last name called.
Second to last, we have Mike Adenuga, Nigeria's second richest man. With his $4.5 billion fortune, many people might have heard of him, since he's been mentioned by Forbes magazine quite a bit. His main interest is mostly in oil, real estate, banking, and telecommunications. Starting from almost nothing, he worked as a taxi driver during university to raise money for his tuition, and a few smart decisions later, he's now the most respected and wealthy man in the country.
Listen, mommy.
He now owns Con Oil Producing, one of the largest oil companies in the Nigerian Delta. In spite of all the money laundering rumors and millions of dollars of debt that his company faced a few years ago, he's still acknowledged as one of the best entrepreneurs and the richest men in Africa. He's not the richest, like our next entry is, but he certainly
he's worth $4.5 billion.
Number 1. Aliko Dangote. Net worth $12.2 billion.
Everybody out the world.
Out of all the richest people on this top list, there can only be one in the highest position, and he is, of course, Aliko Dangote, a notorious Nigerian businessman and investor. With a net worth of $12.2 billion, he's ranked by Forbes as the 100th richest man in the world and the richest man in Africa. He made his fortune by founding the largest African cement company. Aliko Dangote is also involved in sugar, salt, flour, beverages, and packaged food companies, so his bank accounts and leading position are safe. He's said to have donated almost $1 million so far to help halt the Ebola virus spread in Africa, and sources also state he's interested in buying English football club Arsenal. He's also been married 4 times and currently has 3 children that will proudly inherit his billions.
Yes,
well, Aluxers, that's a wrap on the richest black billionaires in the world. Now we're curious to see which one of the ladies in our top list do you think will rank out number 1 first? Oprah Winfrey or Isabel Dos Santos? Leave us your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, for sticking with us all the way to the end, you know you get a bonus.
She's younger than Oprah.
Here it is.
Oprah,
but I feel like Oprah's trying to still
$40 million.
Take over.
The former president of the United States of America made the list because he's the first black president the USA has ever had. So we'll let the fact that he's not actually a billionaire slide for now. Since
them niggas said we put him on the list because he's the first black man to be president in the U.S.
Obama's move to run for office was viewed as very bold and
they said that was his only qualification for this list.
That would vote for him, and they did.
The only
qualification. And the fact that no other black person has ever done it before. Luckily for him, though, his story, his message, and his life inspired
Why do you put Obama in this? This is not
we can't leave him to the wayside. We gotta put him in here.
With his charm and his amazing wife,
hey, Michelle.
He now has roughly $40 million in his bank account, all coming from book deals. His $392,000 yearly salary for being president and other investments, as well as his wife's earnings. In over 10 years, he secured a pretty decent life for his family. And since he's still active, more money will probably be coming his way. Even though people still have mixed feelings about his achievements, we have to admit, he tried to offer free healthcare, ended 2 wars, and donated almost 10% of his earnings to charity. So, I'd say that's a pretty good job.
Unnecessary wars, but still wars.
Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer.
Alright, pause this. Yo,